Time is running out for Volodymyr Zelensky as Ukraine sits in political limbo. With no election date in sight, while various political players are now positioning themselves for an inevitable showdown. The question of elections, originally due in March 2024, remains contentious as martial law continues to suspend the democratic process. However, the public mood is turning dangerously into anger, with 500,000 people defying the draft orders and a year of martial law preventing elections. Zelensky's grip on his popularity is slipping fast. Recent polls show his approval rating have plummeted from the all-time high of 90% to the concerning levels, particularly among the military families and urban population who are increasingly vocal about their discontent. Zelensky's authoritarian leadership is clear as a day, systematically firing anyone who poses a threat and conveniently blaming them for Ukraine's failure. The list of dismissed officers reads like who's who of Ukrainian politics. Defense ministers, regional governors, and military commanders all have fallen victim to Zelensky's purges. Yet, some of these dismissed officials are refusing to disappear quietly into the political obscurity. In midst, Valery Zaluzhny, the ex-army chief, is now turning into a major headache. Once celebrated as Ukraine's most trusted military figure with an 88% of the approval ratings, he has now become Zelensky's biggest political threat. And actually, Zelensky's inner circle is begging him for clemency. So today, viewers, one question looms. Will Zaluzhny submit to the man who used him as a scapegoat? According to several media reports, anonymous sources are revealing that Zelensky's chief of staff, Andriy Yermak, is now pleading to Zaluzhny not to pursue the presidency election. Instead, they want him to salvage their party's plummeting parliamentary election prospect. A desperate move showing just how worried Zelensky's camp has become. The tensions between Volodymyr Zelensky and Zaluzhny dates back to May of 2023, when Zelensky ousted Zaluzhny as the commander-in-chief following their spat over the Kiev's military strategy. After Bakhmut fell in May 2023 and Avdiivka in February 2024, Zelensky conveniently blamed and fired Zaluzhny for these failures. Despite earlier claims of these cities being fortresses, Zaluzhny was eventually used as a scapegoat. The losses were particularly bitter pill to swallow. Well, reports have long confirmed the severe discord between them over the Ukrainian war direction. Zaluzhny began openly challenging the Ukrainian leaders' decision in military journals and international media, surprisingly also gaining public support. His candid assessment of the war as a quote-unquote stalemate in The Economist directly contradicted Zelensky's optimistic narrative. A threatened Zelensky then orchestrated Zaluzhny's diplomatic exile to London, where the Global South representatives, not exactly the Ukrainian allies, frequently. But here is where it gets very interesting. Zaluzhny hasn't reached London yet. Rumors of house arrest once circulated through the diplomatic channels, though they were unconfirmed. The rumors suggested that he was completing the formalities and diplomatic training. But sources suggested that there is something more in delay than meets the eye. In reality, Zaluzhny was planning not to leave to London. In the meantime, Western involvement adds another layer of complexity. Whispers are suggesting that Zelensky has to approve a new mobilization law to secure the US aid and permission to exile his rival. But these laws, aimed at drafting additional 500,000 troops, is facing significant public resistance. Though these claims remain unverified, the timing of this legislation and the aid package announcement raises eyebrows. And so Yermak, Zelensky's true power leader, a lackey, reportedly has met Zaluzhny in London last December. Sources say he has offered a deal: abandon the presidential ambitions in favor of leading the Zelensky's struggling party, which has seen its support base erode as war fatigue sets in and economic hardships mount. The stakes couldn't be higher as of now. Zelensky fears Zaluzhny's potential electoral challenge, and it can topple his already precarious position as president. With military setbacks mounting, public dissatisfaction growing, and the internal political challenges intensifying, Zelensky's leadership faces its most critical test yet. The coming months will determine whether his political maneuvering can maintain his grip on power or if Ukraine's political landscape is due for a dramatic reshuffle.